everyone, my name is Rosa and today's speed paint is a fan art of Reol. As you can see, I have a picture of my sketch uploaded to Paint Tool Sci. I adjusted the size and the lighting so that I could be better able to see the line art on top of the sketch. You will see me start the line art with her eyes and face and then work my way down to her neck and part of the dress, and then you will see me jump back to her hair. I usually tend to jump around when drawing the line art in case I am unsure if I want to follow the sketch exactly or if I want to change something to better fit the line art. I usually find myself changing the final outcome of my artwork and it differing slightly from the sketch. This is mainly because I want or I feel that the changes I am making make the work as a whole more cohesive. As you can see, I am then drawing her hat and her bow, and then I jump back down to work on the sleeves. You will then see me struggle a bit with the arms. I find anatomy a little hard to do sometimes, so you will see me modify the anatomy in the line art so it will differ from the sketch. You will also see that I changed the way her dress looks. In the sketch, her dress has no decoration of any kind. I kept it very simple because I wanted the work to be simple, but as I started doing the line art, I saw that it looked too plain, too flat, so I decided to add a strip of ribbon and frills at the bottom of her dress, and then at the top some lace interlaid at the collar. As you can see, I am now drawing the hand, and you will see me notice that in my sketch the hand is way too big for the character, so you see me edit it slightly. You will see I did not really draw the mountains in the background too detailed because I wanted the focus to be more on Reol and her looking at the cubes than the background. You will also see me going back to the face and noticing that it looks off after I have taken the sketch layer underneath out and then readjust it so that it fits better. You will then see me start doing the coloring part. As you can see, I put a different colored background. This is so I don't get blinded by the white of the canvas, as sometimes it can be difficult for me to tell the true color or intensity of the colors I choose to draw. So by adding a different colored background, I am better able to judge whether the colors I am using to draw is what I want or not what I want. You will then see me do the shading on the dress. I will use a combination of blur effect and cell shading. Then you will see me do the hat, and the hat is a very close yellow to the background, which I don't mind because I can still tell what the color is. you will see sort of the usefulness of adding a colored background when trying to color in your character, because I can tell that the yellow in her hair and the yellow in her skin are similar. So when I color it in, or when I'm shading it, I will also try to add some more reds to warm it up and make it more distinct from her hair, which only has a slightly darker yellow shading. So by adding the red and warming up her skin, it makes it look more livelier than her hair. And then you will see me coloring the sand. At first I wanted to do sort of like the grains of the sand to be visible, but I didn't like how it was turning out, so I just erased it and left it as a plain yellow color for the sand. And then I wanted to do an effect where it was sort of a dark blue, an aqua green, then a dark blue, and an aqua green again. And then in between those colors put the white foam of the small waves coming in and touching the sand, but it wasn't working out how I wanted, so I had to take a break, and I was trying to figure out how to make it work, but it wasn't working the way I wanted to. So you will see me undo the layers, redo them, then undo them and redo them. Finally, I settled by just making the far off background into a dark blue, and then coming back in and just adding a teal color for the foreground. As you can see, I'm trying to add both the sea foam and some shading underneath, and so I decided to work with just the teal, the dark blue, and the white here, so that it doesn't look messy as it did before. And here I am adding some of the lighter sea foam that you always see when the waves reach the sand, and I wanted him to slowly fade as they get farther away into the ocean. You can also see I did the similar effect for the water on the sky, so that the darker blue emphasizes that that part of the drawing is farther away. And then I added a couple clouds with the same white I used for the sea foam. And then I started working on the mountains. I did not want the mountains to be too detailed because I want it to remain as the background and only serve to indicate that the beach stretches all the way far back into the background. As you can see, I also used that same dark blue at the edge in the bottom where it touches the water to show the water sort of reflecting the light from the sky onto the mountains. And then I added a couple more gray tones to indicate the shadows caused by the light. As you can see, I am jumping back and forth between the background and the character, and I started working once again on Reol's eyes. I decided to go for brown for her eyes, for a dark brown for her eyes, so that it would stand out against all the yellow of her skin, her hair. This way you'll be able to see where her eye is looking. I chose against doing black eyes because I felt like it would perhaps blend too much with the mountains, considering they are a gray color. And then you will see me change both the sea and the sky from this teal blue to more of a darker blue. This is because when I went back to see No Title Seaside Remix, I saw that the color they used was more of a darker navy blue rather than the teal blue I used, so I decided to try and match that color a little bit, considering that it was the inspiration for this fan art. As you can see, I'm working on the cubes. I'm adding the water. I'm trying to make it slightly darker than the water around it, because the water in there is meant to be trapped in the cubes. And I will be adding small white streaks of light, made both out of white stripes and teal. You will also see me edit the sky again so that it closely matches the ocean, before finally finishing this speed paint. As you can see, here's the final look of the completed work. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.